Elon Musk confirms that the long-term conviction in Tesla's potential that he has never been higher than where it is today. Elon Musk, seemingly by the day, becomes more confident in Tesla's long-term abilities to solve full self-driving and become the AI company of the world, clearly represented by the literal fork in the ground outside of Giga Texas. A fork in the road not only to me signifies a big choice that needs to be made, but I think it also symbolizes a new path, new future, and brighter prospects for Tesla ahead. It's almost like a way of telling retail investors things are about to get better at Tesla. Because let's be honest, Tesla stock, the algorithms that move Tesla stock, do not react to news of a fork being placed outside of Giga Texas. This is like a little Easter egg, if you will, for retail investors to tell them a hidden message about Tesla stock. And this here gives me even more confidence heading into Tesla earnings this Wednesday, and I think it's no surprise that this literal fork in the road is being placed here at Giga Texas right before Tesla earnings. Coincidence? Maybe, but I doubt it. And if you think Tesla does not send hidden messages to retail investors or does these little Easter egg things, then think again. Because Joe Ted Meyer, he is the guy that flies the drones over Giga Texas. Tesla knows it. Tesla, I would say, actually likes it, seemingly because they gave Joe a little bit of a message. And honestly, I was cracking up when I seen this morning. They wrote this little hedgehog guy that says, "Hi Joe," which you can only see this if you're flying a drone over Giga Texas. And look at that, the official X account for Tesla with 22.8 million followers just posted a smiley face on this post. That is incredible. Honestly, I am convinced we have never seen such a fun-spirited company in the history of the capital markets. I don't know why, but I feel like a proud Tesla shareholder in this moment. With that said, it does look like version 4.38.0, we could start to see an Apple Watch app. At least that is what is being reported to us. Alex on X wrote this: "The Cybertruck was the belly of the ball at the 2024 Paris Auto Show that ended yesterday. One attendee was overheard saying, Tesla..." Okay, let's be honest, this is French. I'm not even going to try that. I can barely say analyst names, let alone try to speak French here. But translation says Tesla is still the benchmark for electric cars. And there was one hell of a crowd around the Cybertruck. That is clear. Elon Musk responds to this post and says other cars are mostly just copies of copies of copies of ... copies. A journalist that was interviewing Uber's CEO said, quote, "I don't want to get into an autonomous Tesla in the next 5 years. I'm not going to be an early adopter." Uber's CEO says this: "FSD is getting pretty good. Have you used it recently? It's really good. Elon has accomplished the unimaginable many times. I wouldn't bet against him." Uber's CEO said this about the Cybercab and if Tesla is a competitor. He said, quote, "If they develop their own AV vehicle and decide to go directly only through the Tesla app, they would be a competitor. If they decide to work with us, then we would be a partner. Both can be true. I think Elon's vision is pretty compelling." As I wrote on X, I actually tagged Elon Musk in this. I said, "You might want to expand the idea of Tesla and Uber working together. It will be incredibly difficult to get 10 to 150 million people to sign up for a singular Tesla robotaxi app. This would speed up that process." Because again, it's one thing to get people to use the robotaxi. It's another to get the mass market to sign up to a singular Tesla robotaxi app. Imagine this scenario. If the robotaxi launches in, call it Dallas, Texas, just to name a city, how many people in Dallas, Texas are going to sign up and register for the robotaxi app that are not Tesla owners? I mean, probably not many. So that initial rollout would be insanely difficult, even if you have robotaxis that are available to do rides, and there is a market for that, and people would opt to take a Tesla. If it's not on the Uber platform or it's not available on Lyft, you're going to miss a massive market opportunity, at least when you're initially starting out, your first 50 cities or so. There's just not going to be enough people on the app. Now, people can say that, and we can say, retail investors, analysts, whoever can say that people will just sign up for the robotaxi app. And maybe that's true, but I don't buy it. But would people in, say, Dallas, Texas, decide to do an autonomous ride in a Tesla rather than an Uber ride traditionally if that was an option in the Uber app? Yes. So it would really speed up that initial transition period. And I think there will be a combination of both longer term, robotaxis available on the Uber app, but also Tesla's own app as well. So judging off of the CEO's comments, it does not sound like Tesla and Uber are in active communications for any kind of partnership, but I firmly think that is coming at some point down the line, and it will actually be a big positive for Tesla, believe it or not. I would be even more bullish on Tesla stock, if that is even possible, if there is an Uber partnership. You can almost think about this like a Nike paying LeBron James to post a shoe or something on Instagram, okay? Nike's paying for that because there's so many people that are able to see that post and see that product. And I mean, without brands doing this, there wouldn't be, exposure to the product for people to buy it in the first place. So without that exposure that Tesla would get starting off, it would be very difficult for Tesla to generate any kind of volume in robotaxis. And let's face it, mainstream media isn't a big fan of Tesla to begin with, so I doubt you're going to get that organic promotion. Elon Musk today was asked if he would run for president. He says, quote, "There would have to be a constitutional amendment for me to run, but I don't want to be president. I want to build rockets and cars." That constitutional amendment would be because you are not allowed to run for president if you are not born in America, and Elon Musk was born in South Africa. In other news, the EU's 5 biggest members spend over $45 billion annually subsidizing fossil fuel company cars, according to a new study. According to a bulletin sent to dealers seen by Cars Direct, Ford will pay its partners up to $22,500 to order new F-150 Lightning electric trucks from its retail replenishment centers. So yeah, it's safe to say the Ford F-150 Lightning's not doing that well. Here are the top 7 voted questions for Tesla's Q3 earnings call for this Wednesday. Now, Tesla does the top 3 or top 5. Let's assume they do the top 3. Number 1 says, is Tesla still on track to deliver the more affordable model next year, as mentioned by Elon earlier, and how does it align with your AI and product roadmap? Number 2, when can we expect Tesla to give us the $25,000 non-robotaxi regular car model? That is the $1 million question for Tesla's earnings call, and really, number 1 and number 2 are kind of similar in that regard. Number 3 says, what is Tesla doing to alleviate long waiting times on service centers? We did get a little bit of economic data today. U.S. leading index month over month came in at negative 0.5%. The forecast was negative 0.3%, and last month was negative 0.2%. The US leading index falling to negative 0.5% below forecast points to increasing economic headwinds. This suggests slower economic growth ahead, with potential weakness in key sectors like manufacturing and consumer spending. It's a signal that the economy may face mounting pressure going into the next quarter, warranting cautious outlooks from investors and policymakers. Really, the big concern we should have is, even though this data came in not good today, it shows the economy is not in a super great place, 10-year treasury yields are soaring. The bond market is dying for no reason. The Trump trade is starting to be priced in even more. As I explained in the last video, this is inaccurate. Trump's not going to cause more inflation. Wall Street is worried about tariffs. The problem is, saying you're going to give a 50% tariff or something and actually doing it is much different. That is creating negotiating power. That is creating a leverage for negotiations to strike a better deal. Not that we're actually going to get 50 or 100 or 1,000% tariffs, and Wall Street just does not understand that. And I think at this point, you're getting a lot of people that are in the short bond trade just to be in the short bond trade. Not really a lot of logic is going behind this trade at this point. And we will talk about this more in the next video because it's very important. It could start to break our markets coming soon. And you are seeing pressure on stocks today. Nvidia is up 2.3% today. Apple is up 0.5%. Without Apple and Nvidia being up the way they are, the markets would be in a very bad position. So Apple and Nvidia, you can thank them for the reason the markets are not down much more. The equal weight S&P is down 0.85% today. The headline S&P is down 0.42% at the time of recording this video. But I will say, as kind of a sneak peek to the next video coming out at 8 p.m. tonight, if bond markets continue to sell off and yields continue to rise, you're getting to a breaking point where it will start to heavily affect equity markets. And you are seeing that today. Ed Logan said today, I expect gradual rate cuts if the economy meets forecasts. Option activity in Tesla stock today is quite mixed. You have 44 different trades from hedge funds and institutions, totaling $12.68 million with a positive order value of 52%. Tesla's short interest of free float sits at 2.66%. You have $16.29 billion currently sold short in Tesla stock, totaling 73.82 million shares. Here on the day today, it looks about even. You have 73.3 thousand shares that are being returned today and 73.6 thousand shares that are being borrowed today. The CNN Fear and Greed indicator is falling quite a bit today, down to 72, so out of extreme greed territory and back into greed. The percent of stocks currently trading above their 50-day moving average is down 7% today, down to 61.51%. About 7% of all stocks are falling below their 50-day moving average, so this is not great. Sentiment for Tesla stock today over on StockTwits is coming in bearish at 42. Yesterday it was neutral at 50. Message volume is normal at 45. Yesterday it was low at 40. And the participation ratio is high at 57. Google Trends data for Tesla, after spiking a bit here in the early October days of this month, really from October 6th through October 19th, you've started to level off and actually fall a little bit, but Google Trends data overall looks okay. Cybertruck at 41, Model Y at 37, Model 3 at 34, Model S at 14, and the Model X at 10. Global inventory numbers for Tesla show the Model Y falling down to 7,400, the Model 3 at 4,700, the Model X at 4,100, and the Model S at 2,700. And in the next video, we will go over Tesla's technicals a little bit more, but it does look like today you are marginally below, like 25 cents below your 100-day moving average. So if we close above that or close below that, I think will be very important, because you have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 closes above that 100-day moving average in a row. If you close under that, then you open the door for larger downside, potentially down to that 200-day moving average at about $203 per share. You also want to stay above about 110 or so, 111, 110. That is your downtrending line of resistance, which should act as support. So let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comments section. Hit the like button as well as subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. You guys have a fantastic and safe rest of your day. I will see you in the next one.